Hi everyone, welcome to the first lesson of the video series where I will explain how to color grade in Filmora 14 and how to use all the available tools. My name is Bülent and I've been working as a videographer for about 7 years. Before we start, let's talk a little bit about why we need to color grade. Color grading is the process of adjusting the colors and tones in your videos or photos. You can modify colors, contrast, brightness, and saturation to define the mood, atmosphere, or style of your visuals. Color grading is essential because it sets the mood and tone of a scene, allowing the audience to feel the right emotions. It creates visual consistency across different shots, especially under varying lighting conditions. It also fixes issues and enhances the overall look, and it makes the footage more polished and beautiful. Ultimately, color grading is the final step towards making your work more visually appealing and adding unique style to it. Now let's switch to Filmora and see how we can apply these adjustments in practice. To avoid confusion, I'm using a standard Rec. 709 image. We will talk about log profile footage in future lessons. Let's start by making some basic adjustments to our clip. Click on the color menu on the right side. In today's video, I will be discussing the settings under this basic menu. First, I'm going to click the icon at the top right corner of the viewer to open the video scopes. Scopes are very important for color grading because they allow us to determine if our footage is within the correct range. You can get so much information from looking at the scopes. So at the top right, the first thing we see is the presets menu, which contains color presets. Depending on the mood you want in your video, you can use these presets. If you like a preset but you want to tweak it, you can adjust it using the settings below. Let's reset this and move on to our next menu. Next up is the LUT menu. Here you can also find LUTs that can be applied to your footage. Initially they might not look right when you first applied it, but we can fix that. You can also load LUTs, download it from other sources and use them here. Once you select your desired LUT, you can adjust its strength right below to achieve a more accurate result. The second setting in the LUT menu is Protect Skin Tones, which helps keep skin tones at a more neutral and accurate level. This is before and this is after. As you can see, we have already achieved a more appealing look. Let's move on. A new tool called AI Color Palette has been added to Filmora 14. It could be a great feature once it's further developed. I will disable this menu and move on. Next is the color menu, where we can adjust the white balance and saturation levels of our footage. With the temperature slider, you can achieve cooler or warmer tones, and with the tint slider, you can add more green or magenta tones to your clips. While adjusting my white balance, I'm paying attention to the skin tones. You can also check the vector scope to see if the skin tones are correct. If your skin tone is on this line, that means it's in the right range. After you adjust your white balance, you can make the colors in your footage more vibrant using the vibrance and saturation sliders. Saturation has a general effect, while vibrance mostly affects the midtones. This is before and this is after. You can see that these adjustments have made our clip look much more vibrant. Our next menu is the light menu, and here you can adjust all the lighting settings related to your footage. While making these adjustments, we can look at the waveform in the scopes. If you increase the exposure too much, the whites will start clipping and you will lose details in the highlights. You can ensure it is not touching the top by bringing it down. Brightness allows you to make a more general lighting adjustment. After that, we have the contrast. The contrast level is very important for your footage. Increasing it pushes the light values of your footage to both ends and it will create a more striking appearance. Afterward, you can separately adjust highlights and shadows. In this clip, I'm going to reduce both slightly. Finally, there are white and black settings. White affects the brightest areas, while black affects the darkest. I will slightly reduce the white and increase the black. This is before and this is after. As you can see, we have also increased the tonal contrast of our clip. Next is the adjust menu. With this tool, you can increase the sharpness of your footage, but be careful while using it because it slightly affects the exposure when you increase it. Finally, there is the vignette menu. With vignette, you can draw the focus more towards the center of your clip. First, I'm going to lower the amount and size. Then I'm going to adjust the roundness. I'm increasing the feather almost to the end because I don't want it to be too noticeable. Finally, I'm adjusting the amount again. This is before and this is after. As a result, we were able to bring more attention to our subject. Lastly, you can view all your adjustments side by side in a before and after comparison by clicking on this icon. Alright guys, that's it for today's tutorial. In our next lesson, we are going to look at other tools to make more detailed adjustments to our image. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.